to me, it didn't reign true to me, but thinking back, it's just kind of like we change so much as people. You know, it's kind of crazy to think that I mean, some people do, but that you're going to be doing the same thing, or you're going to be interested or have the same passion for the same things for 10, 20, 30 years. I think at a fundamental level you may, but maybe not necessarily with the particular thing that you've chosen to do.
When I was working on my undergraduate degree, I had a professor who said something that really struck me. And he said, most people are going to change careers at least 5 times in their life. And it's probably not going to have anything to do with what they went to school for, is where they're going to wind up. And I thought, wow, really? And I thought, that seems like an awful, awful lot. And, here I am at 55 years old sitting here, and I've been through at least 5, if not more.
Yeah.
It might even be more. I haven't actually done an actual count. And if you want to add side gigs, then I'm really way over the 5. And it was true. And the funny thing is, when I went back to college, when I decided, okay, I'm going to go to college here and I'm going to work on a degree, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I went into the degree program declaring my major as sociology, because I figured being a police officer at the time, I was a detective, and figured sociology is kind of, the human condition, and good thing for me to learn doing what I'm doing. And, maybe I'll adjust it to public administration or something like that. And the second semester that I was in college, I had to sign up for classes, and the only class that fit my schedule was a computer class. And I went to my advisor and I said, I want nothing to do with computers. I do not want to be in this class. I don't like the things. It scares the crap out of me. And they're like, look, it's a required course. You're going to have to take it. It's the only thing that fits. Just go in, suck it up, and take the class. And I went into that class, and I had the most amazing teacher. And the way he started explaining computers and what we could do with them and how they worked, it just clicked. And I'm like, whoa, I get this. And it really lent itself to my mechanical abilities, the way my thought process worked when I worked through a mechanical problem. All of a sudden, I realized that, hey, this same thought process works perfectly here in this computer. And by the time that course was over, in that one semester, I went out. I remember I had to max out 3 credit cards to buy my first computer. It was a 286 SX with a Hercules monochrome graphics card, and it had dual floppy drives running DOS, I think it was 3.0 at the time. Didn't even have a hard drive. And had that thing home, I had taken the cover off on it, gotten inside into the guts. I had found some magazines, ordered some parts, and I had the whole thing all tricked out. And I wound up adding hard drives, and I was just like, whoa, this is it. And I hacked into a local computer magazine's local bulletin board service at the time, back in the days before the internet. And I just thought this was awesome. And I wound up changing my major to computer science, and and I wound up getting a computer science degree and a business degree, and kind of the rest was history. And then I found ways to incorporate it into what I was doing, because in police work we were just starting to computerize. And one of our part-time police officers was a full-time software engineer at Digital Equipment. And he wrote a records management system. And he needed some assistance installing it in the departments that he sold it to. So I started working with him and started pulling cable and learning how to hook up microvax computers. And and then I started bringing the skills into the police work and doing computer crime investigation, which was a brand new field. I was one of the first persons in New Hampshire doing computer forensics. I wound up teaching it at the police academy for a while. And so I found this interest, and then I figured out how to incorporate it into what I was doing. And then one day I saw an ad for a part-time computer tech, and I thought, well, I better do something here to kind of keep these skills current while I decide what I'm going to do. And the guy saw my resume, called me all excited. He goes, I can't believe I found a cop who knows computers. And he explained that he had this computer company, but that he had written a software package for police intelligence. And he needed the tech to do the technical work because he was busy with all this software that he was now selling to the FBI, the DEA, the Secret Service. And he had me come up, hired me on the spot. And I wound up working for him part-time doing tech work. But then he started sending me out to all these places. And I have a pile of hats someplace from all the FBI offices where I installed the software and all the different police departments. And I wound up traveling around the United States on my time off doing installs for him. And I really brought the two career paths together. But then it got to a point where I was working all my time off and all my days off doing computer work. And then I was coming in to the police department nights, and I was running the detective division at the time. And one of the companies that I was doing the part-time work with offered me a contract position that I would actually make. I was making more on my days off doing the computer work than I was full-time as a commander of the detective division in the police department. So, my kids were kind of not too thrilled the fact that I was working 24/7, and Stacy and I talked, and she's like, I don't care which career you pick, but pick one. And so, I had a good run in the police department. I had always wanted to make it into detectives, and I wound up running the unit. So I was very happy with where I'd gone in that career. And it was time to move on. I mean, this thing was taking off, and that's how I started Paradigm, because I had started it part-time as a police officer, and then it really needed full-time attention. And again, about that high threshold for risk. We had just purchased a new house, I had a new mortgage, I had another kid on the way, and most people, if they went to their wife and said, hey, I'm going to quit my government job with guaranteed benefits and pension, that I've been at for 15 years, because I have this idea that I can start a computer company. And her response to me was, that's what you want to do? Go do it. We'll figure it out. And
Really?
yeah, I mean, a lot of entrepreneurial success is having the right partner.
Yeah.
So,